I could never get my head around the Pythagoras theorem or even around math. I wasn't the only one. Riya also struggled with math, and if it wasn't for Nikhil, she would have failed. As I derived Pythagoras' theorem vigorously, Riya just sat there, dreamily masticating the end of her pen with her mouth, her dimpled chin resting in the cup of her hand, not even pretending to pay attention to what was a sure-shot board exam question. I couldn't help but be annoyed at her. I looked at her with what I considered a fierce look, which I tested on the muscleheads to great effect. The maths exam is only 3 days away. You should know how to do this. Riya just looked at me, smiled and swiveled her head away. That girl, she knew exactly how to get underneath my skin. Then she got up, pirouetted on her feet and skipped to the blackboard. She drew a triangle on the board and set out to prove the theorem. Hawk-like, I followed each step with my eyes. Is this what I should know? She asked, stopping mid-theorem, turning around and studying me for a moment, looking me straight in the eye. I frowned. It's not finished yet. And how do I finish it? I sat down on the edge of a desk, looked at the backboard, and then at her. I taught her this 100 times. How did she not know the next step? I tried to keep my voice from shaking. I was angry at her, nervous for her, scared that she would fail. I pushed my glasses up my nose. Take it step by step, I said slowly. Instead of solving the problem on the board, she turned around, and out of nowhere, as it was the most natural thing in the world, in the gentlest, sweetest tone that I'd ever heard from her, she said, "You know, Specs, I like you more than I ever thought I would." I sat there unblinking, my heart doing a somersault in my chest, and then the unthinkable happened. I stared at the blackboard, mixing up all the angles and lines, till Pythagoras' theorem, which I could derive in the deepest of my sleep, made no sense to me at all. "Is that a compliment?" I blurted out, the only thing that came to me, though so many thoughts were swirling around in my head. She sighed, gave me a sideways look, and then turned around to the board. "Specs, for how smart you are at your books, sometimes I think you're really dumb." With that, her heavy skirt flying in the air, she turned her back on me and walked away, taking my jittery heart with her wherever she went. I sat there for some time in the empty classroom, my heart beating abnormally fast, feeling warm though it was very cold. After a while, I got up, gathered my things, and walked towards the door. That's when I noticed the hasty scribbling on the board. Now that I had my senses back, I saw that every step of her messily derived Pythagoras' theorem was absolutely correct.